Tonight on Gotham, Bruce is sorry, Gordon is sorry, Lee is probably sorry, and Ivy's not. We're here with you.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
We're here. It's happening. Wait for it. Yes! We are here to talk about Gotham Season 4, Episode 14. I'm Steve Kaufmann. She's Karla Beltran. He is Zack Peters. Getting into it.
Yes.
It's exciting. It's happening.
It is.
A lot of apologies. I'll start. I wasn't here last week. It was a whole thing.
Yes.
I was between cell phones.
I know.
It was a whole thing. I apologize. It's a safe space. I like this episode a lot.
I did too. I was really excited because it had been a little off for me the last two episodes, and this week, like, they brought it. Like, we were talking, like, this is real Gotham.
Yes. I was so excited for tonight's episode. It was like one of those where you were like, wait, this is what I used to feel like when I was watching Gotham. And, like, the feelings came back. The excitement was back. It like seriously filled all my needs for today.
I agree, and I think part of what we said 2 weeks ago about how this felt like the pacing felt weird is also because historically this fourth season is the first season by which they had more than 10 episodes in the winter, and I feel that pacing we're finally just back in.
Yes.
Then this show is usually real good about just jumping back in and just everything feeling right, whereas it felt last week I felt like really into like the Bruce stuff and like everything going, but like this week I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's clear to me now. I know who the big bad is forever. I know what the lasting stakes are moving into the summer.
Yes.
I feel like the last 3 episodes that we saw were just little too extra, and then now we're back and we are like everything is set. The feelings are high.
Yeah, they were like bonus web episodes that
Yeah.
like you don't need, but we're there to like provide additional context that again we didn't need.
Yeah.
I don't want to go that far, but I will say
I
Okay.
stand by
They
my
were
statement.
not necessary.
Thank you, Carla. You're outnumbered here.
All right.
Joelle is not here, Steve.
so. I'll go out of order on the rundown because that segs very nicely into what we said 2 weeks ago about the casting of Ivy,
Yes.
which we were very critical.
Yes.
Very.
I've changed. How do you guys feel? I've turned a little because I think they're using her in the correct small doses. That she just comes out and kind of soapboxes and then goes away, and like the actual exposition, like she was used for a lot. Like they put a lot on her shoulders very early.
Yeah.
That it did her a disservice. That now that we're finally here and like, oh, she's like a bioterrorist.
Yeah.
I think she might have grown on me just a little bit today because I saw the evil side to her, but I'm still not a huge fan. I still don't think, and I think the only reason why I'm not a huge fan of her is really because I'm comparing her to the Pig, which is the last villain that we had.
Yeah.
And the Pig really set the standards high for a villain, and now to just kind of have like from the Pig go to Ivy, it's not the same thing. So I think that's the only reason why I don't really like it.
But also the idea of what she's capable of.
Yeah.
Because her ideology is so strong, I think is what always made Ivy such a terrifying villain.
Yeah.
Because she's not wrong, but impractical. I think that's the best villain is somebody who can like say, you're being cruel to living things.
Yeah.
And I'm going to kill you for it.
Plants are living. I'll give her credit for that, but it's really stupid.
No,
Like,
no. I'm not saying it's smart. I'm saying that it's correct. She is not wrong by saying that we kill living things all the time as humans.
Yeah.
Like plants being living things.
Yeah.
That I think
I get you.
I always likened Ivy in this respect to someone who, if a dictator tomorrow decided all keyboards weren't going to be QWERTY keyboards, that they were going to be A through Z, and if we all took years to learn, we would all type faster. The only problem is tomorrow, the reason nobody changed from QWERTY is we all learned QWERTY. Everyone learned QWERTY, that it was actually set in stone, that it's just a thing we will never change for.
Yeah.
So that you're trying, like, it's the path of most resistance. And I think that's what Ivy always was. Because, like, you're not wrong, Ivy. You're not wrong. We should... Plants are living things, and if we follow your code... Go on.
I mean, like... I'm trying to listen to your argument, and I hear you in like a somewhat rational way where like, yes, they're living things, like to an extent she has a point, like we should respect nature, we should save the whales, like all that stuff. But like for a Gotham character, like they normally have like there are real stakes, and they have like a real legitimate reason, and they want power in Gotham. And this is just such a stupid reason to like go off and kill people. Like, I want to save the plants, and you're hurting the plants, so I'm just gonna kill this room full of rich people who are just indirectly hurting the plants.
And not only that, but Gotham really isn't a city that you think of like, oh, Gotham is so colorful and full of
green.
plants.
Yeah.
You think Gotham, you think dirty city, everything is dying, everything is dead, and to just want to save the plants that are around Gotham, it's just kind of like one of those where like, okay.
I will say, to her credit, I did like her outfit this week. It was
That's
definitely fun. It was definitely a fun outfit. Her hair's looking great. Like, she looks great. I like the look of this new Ivy. She's growing on me very, very slightly and very, very slowly. But I'm also kind of worried, like, maybe it's in, like, dating phase where it's like, I know this person is good for me, but, like, all of my bad habits want me to root for, like, the bad guy.
Yeah.
So I'm open to it. You know, because that's what my therapist says I should do, is be open to new people.
You're open to a third date with Ivy.
Yes, I'm open to a third date with Ivy.
I also want to point out that I can already read the comments right now, so I have to point out when I mentioned that she's not wrong, I'm hearkening back to the Uma Thurman Ivy that we can forget, because that film a lot of us like to forget. But the Uma Thurman Ivy,
That film was a masterpiece. I don't know what you're talking about. I love that movie.
George Clooney is the best Batman ever. Someone's gonna gift that, and
Bat
I'm gonna
nipples all the way.
Gonna ruin my career. But the Uma Thurman Ivy, among many of the faults of that film, actually have one thing right, where it's if you treat the plants right, you're actually treating the planet right. And if you treat the planet right, you'll actually save the planet and save life on the planet, and you like symbiosis. And that's what I mean by...
That's a stretch.
No, that's what I mean by Ivy's not wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
This Ivy on Gotham has yet to say that, but that rhetoric would make her a truly well-formed villain of like...
Okay, I get that.
That if humans...
Bigger picture,
that if humans don't live in symbiosis with plant life...
Yeah.
The plants will kill the humans, and Ivy is just a mechanism of the plants standing up, or the earth rising up against the humans.
I can get behind that.
That's what Ivy...
But she has yet to say that. So unless I hear it from her mouth, I'm not sold.
Okay, that's fair. But like, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the Selena business.
I love the Selena business. I love how Selena she's already been Catwoman, but today we actually like saw her like fight against her friend, and I loved it so much. I love Selena.
I loved everything about it. I liked the face-off. I liked she was the street smart one who knew where Ivy was.
Yeah.
I also like that they didn't play the mind wipe game, where they could have easily played.
Yeah.
On the third recasting of a character, you can easily just be like, nope, she don't remember nothing.
Yeah.
And you could just retcon everything, where it's just like, nope, she's still Ivy. She remembers everything. She just happens to be an adult now.
Yeah.
She just happens to be in her third form. Like, although credit to this show.
A very dissatisfied adult.
Credit to this show for really just rolling with some punches and just like, no, we'll just recast Ivy again. We don't care. We'll just do it.
Well, I like that they've made it work. I do have to give them props for that. It honestly, the fact that they've made her come in as different characters, like already technically 3 times.
Has it worked though? Because like you and I still aren't even sold on it.
Well, we're not sold on her character, but we're sold on the story. You know, like the fact that she changed.
I think we're obliging to the story. Like it's I wouldn't vote for this story.
Would Ivy the Second? If Ivy the Second
I would be okay with that.
No, but if Ivy the Second had somehow her character, without any biological input, made this turn to be a biological terrorist, it wouldn't have rung true. Because she was... Ivy the Second was essentially an 11-year-old? 15? Like, younger than Selena. Younger than Selena, so like a 13-year-old in a 20-something's body.
Yeah.
So they needed to find a way to age that character. Why they didn't keep the same actress, I don't know. I'm sure there are a lot of internal reasons. Maybe they didn't see that actress being able to pull something off. Maybe they couldn't separate themselves from that actress and that character. That's on them. They're allowed to make their own choices on a show. But moving forward, that's what they did.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it's working. And you guys saw me 2 weeks ago. I didn't think it was working, and I told you it wasn't working. But I also left the door open of like maybe they had just one so mediocre episode with her to build us to where we are right now, which is actually good.
Well, I actually enjoyed the video that she did today.
Yes.
I like that video. That video, that's what's threw me the like evil vibes.
Yeah, it was very like Instagram story-ish. You know, it was like, "Hi, Ivy here. I'm coming to kill you guys," and it was very like short and sweet, but like
there's a Snapchat filter that looks just like that.
She's like, yeah,
There
exactly.
it is. There's the camera
She's
filter.
like, swipe up if you.
Swipe up to hear my master plan, y'all. Got a selfie tickets made of vines. Are you on Vine? Of course not. It's gone.
No, Vine is dead.
Of course Ivy would
is
be on
she?
Vine, but come on. Anyway, she
That
runs.
should be her next crusade, is to bring back the Vine.
Talk about a webisode.
Yeah.
So Gordon thwarts her. Doesn't destroy her, but thwarts her because
Okay.
we're gonna come back into Baby Bruce. Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
Last week had a change of heart. Kind of saw Batman. Kind of saw an adult Batman who gave him a vision and told him essentially
What are you
that
doing with your life?
Like, what are you doing? Like, you're being a bratty little kid. And he's like, but I'm a bratty little kid. And it's like, nope, you Batman.
Yeah, he toned it down. He's not as like Wazy. That's like Wayne and Yeezy together. See,
That's a lot.
I've got some way under these blonde locks. It's not that dumb. Yeah, he like decided he wanted to grow up and like apologize and seek atonement. And I was like, you know, I was proud of him. I mean, I guess it was part of seeing him grow, how he came into it, and he expected it to just be okay, just like that. And I like that Alfred kind of, you know,
Turned him away.
checked him. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. Like, if you want to get back in my pants, you got to work for it. Figuratively.
Very figuratively, sir. I do like this one. Of all the storylines this week, this one felt kind of the weakest to me, but it was still
For
fairly.
Wayne?
Yeah, but it was still
Karla
fairly
was
strong.
like crying over it.
I
No,
was
but, like-
totally about to start crying. Honestly, when he came on, first of all, when he was on stage kind of just talking about Alfred, I was like, oh my gosh, why am I getting so emotional right now? He's like about to, like, you knew he was going to say something about Alfred. And then I personally thought that Alfred was going to be shot by one of the people there and that he was going to come and save him. But I knew in the moment when he walked out and Ivy came in, I was like, oh my gosh, Batman's going to come in today. And it's exactly what we saw. So I personally really liked it. I like that it was really short and quick to the point. I like that Alfred didn't like play too hard to get, like he did in the beginning, but then he like showed up for Bruce because obviously he cares about Bruce and he wants to be there for him. And I love the fact that they didn't like tiptoe around the situation for like 2 episodes. I like that it was like within the first episode they met and then he said no, then they were there and then he saved him and then they came back and now Alfred's home.
I guess that's what annoyed me about this one. That it was
Really
well, and I
fast.
think a lot of the Bruce stuff has been a little faster. Like a lot of the Bruce stuff this season has been a little fast for me, including killing Ra's al Ghul.
Well,
Like that just happened.
Well-
like we keep forgetting that happened.
to counter that, last season I really feel like they dragged it out.
Yeah.
Because there were so many filler episodes.
There
There so many
were.
other characters.
Well, they
there
literally-
were so many other sub storylines that were going on that I feel like this was like they're like we missed so much
This is
with
the
this
double time?
Bruce. Yeah, so
Because
it's really,
the shaman, I do agree, the shaman stuff this time
Yeah.
last year was
they're
just like, okay,
series finale is coming.
cool,
Let's wrap this
cool,
up.
cool. Well, I do agree that
I-
we're working double time now.
I honestly don't mind it because I really enjoyed being invested in the story of the pig. I feel like if we would have gotten Batman and the pig at the same time, it wouldn't have had the same effect as it did, at least personally on me. I really enjoyed the storyline of the pig and how we kind of forgot about Bruce, and then now we're back and we're like, oh, that's right, Bruce is becoming the Batman. And I like that it was fast.
Correct me. I like that we're. Don't correct me. Correct me. I'll correct myself. Things. I like that Bruce is working toward being Batman.
Yeah.
Fairly more rapid than anyone would have ever expected at the onset of this show. I don't know. I just think some of it's moving a little fast. I also thought that the pacing of this storyline was a little clunky. That it was very, like, it was a little clunky and super exposition-y, where it was just like, I'm going to meet you here. Now I'm going to meet you here.
Yeah.
Now everything's good. Like, I don't know why it didn't feel equitable, where everything else in this episode felt equitable in that way, where it's like, oh, cool, they got so much done in one scene, whereas this was the one where it's like, wow, they moved a little unrealistically.
I think that's because all of the other relationships, the pace fit.
Yeah.
Whereas we've seen this relationship with them really develop and fall apart, and there have been so many ups and downs that I agree with you. It did feel kind of wrong to lump it into just one episode, and it happened so fast, and it wasn't as smooth as I think
Also
would have done their relationship justice.
Also, Bruce asking Alfred for help. Like, Alfred saying no is actually the help that... I know. But Alfred saying no is actually the help that Bruce needed. Because Alfred saying...
Yeah.
You need to find it in yourself is all the help Bruce could ever need. So, like, to then tie it with a bow, I don't know, maybe I wanted Alfred to hang out in the Narrows for a while. And, like...
You wanted to see him go through some dark times?
I wanted him, but I wanted him to be... I wanted Alfred to be a man of the streets that helps Bruce. But they're trying to go back to one.
Yeah.
They're trying to go back to one that Bruce and Alfred are there. They've been through this, and now we never have to like deal with Alfred turmoil ever again. Alfred's now just in Bruce's camp.
Yeah.
A crucial part of Bruce's camp, and I get that.
And
I just wanted a moment where it would move slower.
I didn't enjoy when Alfred was in the streets, though. Like, because that whole storyline with the lady that he met at the diner, it was kind of like, she was like his rebound from losing Bruce.
But hear me out. If Bruce was trying to be a low-level vigilante, not yet Batman,
oh, okay.
how would he have his finger on the pulse of the city from his mansion with his butler? However, if his butler lived in the Narrows...
Okay.
His butler could come to him and say, here is a situation you can solve. Because if moving forward, Bruce is looking at the whole city and just going, well, I can fix this, I can fix that. It'll come off rich savory, if you will, where it's just like, oh, so you just know?
But he's not rich savory because he's lived in the streets before.
I agree with your point, but I also disagree with it because I feel like I would have liked to at least have seen one more episode with them both kind of falling and both being able to get a pulse of the city in its dark zone. Whereas I think your point would be so much better if we had a stronger example other than Alfred finding the cliche woman waitress that was beaten by her boyfriend at home.
I do kind of agree.
Save the day.
I do kind of agree if what we saw of Alfred in the Narrows was actual detective strength.
Yeah.
Instead of they kind of exposed a weakness in him, that he has a weakness, as I'm sure many lonely men do. Like if you're like a lonely man, a weakness would be just a good woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That I think we've belabored it. Also, Bruce saved the day here.
Yes,
and ran away from Gordon.
Yes, he did.
And I really did enjoy
got
this.
Shot by Gordon.
Got shot by Gordon and ran away. And I liked that this is very early on of Gordon can't know that I do this.
Yeah.
Gordon can't be able to call upon Bruce Wayne. To give all of me to the city means that they can't know that it's Bruce.
Yeah, of course.
So back to Gordon and the Narrows. Lee runs the Narrows. Gordon used to sleep with Sophia. Lee was married to Sophia's brother. Sophia's brother is dead. Gordon's not with Sophia, but Sophia asked Lee, who is in charge of the Narrows, for 30% of the Narrows, which, I don't know, that's like 30% of $100,000 a year. It's like she's asking for $30,000 a year from the Narrows, which only has
Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, everyone's making $1,000 a year, kind of a simple math, simple percents. But and that's weird. This was fun. This was fun
don't know
once
what she wanted though.
She wanted to make a statement to Gordon by hurting Lee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
I'm
she
still
understood.
in control. Yeah.
Because she understood where Gordon's soft targets were, and Gordon only has one soft target, and it's Lee.
And it was Lee. Okay, I get it.
He needs to get over it. He needs to let her go. He
No,
needs to
they
let
are
her go.
endgame.
He needs to move on. They're not endgame. They will never be endgame.
They
Not
already
with those
are
things.
endgame.
Barbara's endgame.
Barbara's endgame. Thank you.
I know. I said the other
Thank
thing.
you.
I'm in effigy. Well, I'm saying canon-wise, Barbara's endgame. I think character-wise, Lee and Gordon are gonna eventually they're gonna grow together. But I could also see Barbara growing. This show to me, I could see.
Well, we still don't know what Barbara's powers are. So
I hate that we bring it up every week and we still don't know what the answer is.
Well,
and she was here and she hinted at it, and I'm waiting for it, Aaron. I am waiting for it. I hope you're watching at home. I hope you
know she does.
are talking back to me in your accent that is adorable that I didn't even know existed. Like, I need answers. I need more Barbara time. We haven't gotten a lot of Barbara here. I liked Selena this week. I don't have hard feelings about Sophia.
Okay, so you
love
think
Sophia.
I like Sophia a lot in the sense that you like to root for the bad guy sometimes.
Yeah.
Like you like to go to a bullfight and root for the bull. Where it's like she's
honestly, she is the bad girl that Ivy can't be.
yeah.
She's literally, she doesn't have to be.
Well, she doesn't have ideals.
Yeah.
Her ideals aren't as strong.
And not only
she's
that, but
malleable.
she doesn't need to be like. She's just Sophia. She doesn't have to be like. I don't know. She's just like Sophia, and I love her character. Yeah.
She works well, and then this, because I think in Gotham every half a season at this point we always seem to talk about the underworld and the overworld, and it looks like Sophia's trying to take over the overworld, and then it's like Ivy, Lee, and like Barbara and Selena, and everyone else is trying to take over the underworld, and I think Sophia and they're both under levels. They're both crime levels, but there's 2 levels to every city. There's an overworld of crime, like the blue collar crime where the Bruce Waynes know who you are and have to deal with you.
Yeah.
Then there's the underworld. And like right now, Ivy's trying to take over the underworld, and then Sophia's trying to take over the overworld. I just made all this up right now. It sounds good.
It makes sense to me.
It sounds good because I don't see if there's an Ivy Sophia showdown happening. I'm not sure anyone would actually care.
No, I don't care. That doesn't even sound interesting.
That I think Ivy's going to work itself out, and it's going to be Sophia and Gordon all fighting for everything.
See, that's why I'm so confused as to why we even introduced Ivy.
Yeah, that's so.
Well, because I think she's a centralizing force. I wouldn't be shocked if in the next 2 weeks Sophia has to kind of stand down to Gordon saying, listen, Ivy is a problem. Can you stand down while we handle it, and then we'll fight next week? Like, I think that's what we're seeing. And that's what we'll see sometime in the next 2 weeks between Gordon and Sophia.
Okay.
But Sophia did just shoot Gordon.
Well, in the
preview.
God.
We don't know what happened.
So, do we think Gordon bends at the knee? I guess not.
No. Oh my gosh,
he's on. I mean, technically he's on his knee, but it's because she shot him.
Fair. I think the Lee business. Well, also we had that moment with Gordon and Bullock where he was like, "I screwed up," and he's probably gonna come clean to.
Him the truth.
He's gonna come clean to Bullock, and Bullock. I don't know if Bullock's gonna have any good advice other than, like, don't get in too deep or try not to get any deeper, because Bullock does have a lot of experience in dealing with people like Sophia, but knowing where his moral compass is. Because he actually has a well-defined moral compass. It's just not true north.
Yeah.
And whereas Gordon has a true north, and like he's just conflicted with what he's been doing for a while. That it's going to be very fascinating. It's going to be very fascinating to see how that all like pans out, especially with Sophia shooting, and we saw that in the preview. I'm sorry for our viewers who don't see the preview, because that happens like
sorry,
in certain. Well, it depends on where you watch it. Like if you watch it on Sling, you don't always get the preview at the end. Like if you watch it on Hulu, like you don't always get that, or you just turn it off early. Like I understand sometimes you don't see the preview. I'm also weird. I don't like to watch the preview for shows. Well, because the preview's meant to keep you coming next week. If you know you're coming next week, I'm not. That borders on spoily.
You don't need the teasers.
Well, except for here where I have to be as informed as the viewer. Last one, Ed.
He's back.
Ed. Well, Riddler's back.
Yes.
Back.
Ed's gone. He's full Green Hulk.
Yes, he is.
He's full Green Hulk.
I'm sorry, Ed can't come to the phone right now.
Pretty much.
Why? Because he's dead.
Ooh.
Did you guys I actually hesitated and I thought that he was actually going to kill himself for like 2 seconds. I was like, wait, is this how, like, not kill himself, but in the process of him killing himself, like Ed was gonna, like the Riddler was gonna come out in the process of
Fight
him,
Club,
like,
or the Riddler was gonna leave. It would be Fight Club style. There was a level of Fight Club. There was a level of Fight Club happening there where it would be like, by truly taking the step to kill yourself, you actually kill that part of yourself.
Yeah.
But that would make no sense for this show, because Riddler's never going to leave Enigma.
True.
I like him with Penguin
I do too.
as like a duo.
I miss them as a cohesive unit.
Yes.
Them as a cohesive unit are going to be someone to look out for. Them as a cohesive unit, I'll actually make a hot take because we're not going to have time for long predictions. I honestly think them as a cohesive unit are going to be the kind of force that can outsmart Ivy.
Yes. Definitely.
And they're the
And
kind
Sophia.
of likely, yeah.
Well, because Penguin and Ivy had not a relationship, but Ivy helped Penguin when he
Yeah,
needed
they have
it.
a history.
So they have a history together, so I don't see. Or would they maybe team up with her?
No, they wouldn't team up with her. She's
She's a
chaotic.
little cuckoo magoo, and I think her priorities they conflict with what they want.
She's chaotic.
Yeah.
She's chaotic good, and he's not. Like, she's chaotic good, and they are. Neither of them are lawful, but they're neat. Yeah. No, I guess if she's chaotic good, and then Riddler is chaotic lawful, chaotic, or no.
They want.
Help me out, D&D people.
Riddler and Penguin want power and control. Ivy just her. I think
I
they're
agree.
with Jerome.
Jerome, Penguin, and Riddler. Yes.
True. Who are all actually chaotic, like pure chaos.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all really chaotic, though.
I'm gonna need some help from this chat to help me with the D&D, the D&D of this all. While I have time, do you want to have fun? Learn and grow in all areas of your life. For those who do, then we have the podcast for you. Conversations with Maria Menounos podcast edition is hosted by our AfterBuzz TV co-founder, Maria Menounos, and drops every Friday on iTunes. Conversations with Maria Menounos features celebrity and influencer interviews, along with secrets and tips on how to be better in all aspects of your life, from health and wellness to career and relationships, finances, and even more. Let our Maria be your big sister that you never had. Just go to iTunes and subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos for free. Be sure to rate and comment, and when you do, let Maria know it was us that brought you there, specifically the Gotham panel. Conversations with Maria Menounos, podcast edition. Check it out. Good times. That's my
Good times.
it's my talk show. My talk show host. It's out of here. It's off my desk. Do you want to have some quick predictions before we head on out of here?
Yes, we do.
Let's do that.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Ivy, alive or dead by the end of this season?
Dead.
I'm gonna have to say alive. Alive, but like shelved, because no one really
dead.
dies. No one really dies in Gotham. You guys think she's dead?
She's gonna become a plant again, and she's gonna stay as a plant.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, and that would actually
Give room for another Ivy to come back.
Well, that's the thing. Like, they could literally shelve
This
her.
Ivy inspires the next Ivy.
That would be kind of funny if they literally shelve her. She becomes a plant, and then they just put her on a shelf. Because I've been saying that for a while, where they just shelve characters.
Yeah.
Bruce, does he wear the cowl this season? Does he wear the cowl and the cape with the horns? Is he anywhere? He's a vigilante.
I think that's like that. The full picture is going to be Endgame, and that's how they're going to end the series. He's going to start to play around with costumes. He's not going to get it right. We'll see him.
I'm correct on the. I feel that way too about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I call that the Smallville theorem.
Yeah.
Where he was never Superman until the very last episode of Smallville.
Yeah.
However long it took them to get there, the very last episode of Smallville, they play the song, he flies away, and he's Superman that one time.
Honestly, all I'm hoping for is another season of Gotham so that we can get a little bit more of Bruce becoming Batman.
Gordon, does he step down from the GCPD?
No.
Sophia, does she live this season?
Yes. She's not gonna
No,
die.
I think she's going to die. I think she's going to
I
die.
think she's gonna
we need
live.
a Falcone
I
in,
think-
like, the underworld.
I don't
Well,
think she's
Sophia,
gonna
do we
make it.
think she's going to stay in power this whole season?
No.
Underworld or Overworld?
No.
Maybe.
This is where she's going to lose power.
I'm going to make a hot take here. I think Lee goes away. I don't think she's going to die, but I think this is enough to drive her out of town. Because she has other places to go. She has a degree. She's not from Gotham.
True.
Correct me if I'm wrong. She's not. I don't
Yeah,
believe.
Why is she still here?
She might be from Gotham.
Because she
They'll
felt
let me know.
bad, remember? Because she was the one that caused all the
God,
sickness.
you feel bad? Go adopt a dog. Feed some homeless people.
Rescue a dog.
There you go.
Okay. Any predictions at large before we're ready?
I think I got mine out.
Cool.
I know.
So yeah, I think Ed, Penguin, Jerome take on Ivy, Sophia, Gordon. Sophia up against Gordon, Lee in the middle. Bruce probably helps against Sophia and leaves the Ivy business alone. Oh yeah, Butcher's around. By the way, Barbara Keene has Lazarus Pit powers.
Yes.
Also, Lazarus Pit, that's still around. We can get more water, right?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay. We're all in agreement. We're all in agreement with that prediction. If you have any predictions, please let us know in the comments. We do read the comments. The comments are awesome. In the meantime, we're having a conversation now, but the conversation keeps going. Karla, where can the people talk to you about it?
Hey guys, you can follow me on Instagram at I am Karla Beltran or on Twitter at Karla Beltran with an R at the end.
I'm Zack Peter, and you guys can follow me at Just Plain Zack everywhere.
And I'm Steve Kaufmann. You can find me on Twitter almost exclusively, although I do mess with Snapchat sometimes, at Steve Kaufmann. That is Kaufmann. I do a lot of shows here at AfterBuzz TV. I tweet about them fairly regularly, so you can hit me up. I also do run a bunch of YouTube channels. I retweet those links all the time, too. For Karla Beltran, Zack Peter, I'm Steve Kaufmann. Good night, citizens.
Ciao.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.